Good afternoon, it's Yvette here from Lemonade Design. I am going to make you a two-part blog post on, first of all, how to resize and naming your images and putting tags in and making sure you've got all the copyright, which will go really nicely along with the free booklet that I've now got on offer. And then I'm going to proceed to do the blog post. So without further ado, let's get started. I like to do my blog posts using Lightroom. So one of the things that I always was taught was that you keep catalogues separate. So rather than having lots of people's images in one catalogue, you create a new one for each one. So if you don't know how to do that, you just go new catalogue, and then if we go and find these here, we'll put the catalogue in here. So now we can create that new catalogue, and I'm not going to bother to back it up. So whilst that's reopening, which was super quick, we can now go and import the images. So I went too quickly then. There's two ways you can do it. You can either go File, Import, or you can do Import here. And then you navigate to wherever the images are. And they're in here. And there's all the images, they're all ticked, aren't they beautiful? Makes you think about wanting to get married again just to go for a beautiful location. So that's it, all the images have now been imported. So let me pop along to my Word document and see what my name titles are going to be. So this is the title. So we've got them all highlighted. So we go Library, Rename, and we will put the title in there. And we're just going to put the dashes between each of the words, making it easier for Google. You could, if you wanted to, put your photographer's name in here, or the other option is to go over here and you can add the copyright. So if we rename those images, you can now see that they've all beautifully renamed all the way through from number 1 through to number 33. And the images have already been resized, so I'm not going to resize these other than to show you how I will export them. The copyright's there, but we can add the fact that they are copyrighted, and it automatically brings in Penny's details. The next thing to do is to add some tags up to here for the images. And Penny's already made it really super easy for me by popping in the commas, so I can just literally put that into there, hit enter, and then all of the images will have that tag on them as well. You can see now as I click through each one, the tag's there. So now to export these images, we're going to go select all, and we're going to export them at exactly the same as what Penny had got them on the longest width. So we don't need to put them in a subfolder, but we do need to find a folder for them. So now we can create that folder and we're going to export the images into there. And we're going to put the longest edge as 1280. And by ticking that, it will make sure that the longest edge, whichever way it goes, will be 1280 pixels at 72 dpi per inch. We're going to sharpen them for screen at the standard. We're going to uncheck that, and we're not putting a watermark on. So now we can export these and they will go into the folder, which is here. So that was really quick. Now the next part of this is to drop all these images onto something like TinyPNG or JPEG Mini. One thing I am going to check is, because I'm sure that Penny had already said that she'd drop these. Actually, they're too big anyway. So you can see the size difference there. The quality is still the same. Now let's go and see if we can squeeze a tiny bit more out of these images. So let's get all of these images here, and we just literally drag them into here. I've got a paid version of TinyPNG, which allows me to add more than the 25 images. There is a free version. It just means that you can only drop 25 on at a time. And as you can see, 28%, 26%, 27%, it's making a massive difference to the photos, and it just means that this post will load so much faster because we've squeezed as much as we possibly can out of the images before we put them onto the website. What I will do in a moment is I will go and drop the ones that Penny did and just show you that even if you've got these images, how much you could squeeze out of them, even if you didn't drop them back into Lightroom again by just throwing them through something like this. There are other options available. The other one that I have got is this one here, the TinyPNG. Sorry, Tiny JPEG Mini. I do find though that I get a better result with TinyPNG. So once you're at this stage here, you can then download the images, which is really quick to do. And then you've got two options. I personally tend to open the whole folder, get hold of them, and then just drop them back to where they came from. Apply to all and replace. As simple as that. And it just means that I can then throw that and that into the recycle bin straight away. Now, as I said, let's see what happens if we were just to drop these images here straight into here. Let's drag them. I'm sure it'll still make a massive difference. It'll probably make a bigger difference. So you've got 77%. So this would really help in terms of making sure that you've got the best compressed images for your site. Because if you can imagine, you only need that one and that one there to have 1 megabyte. Whereas now we can have like 5 images to 2 of those. So as you can see, it's a big, big difference. So that is how to resize the images. In the next part, I will show you how to import the images into your WordPress site and do the blog posts. Thank you for watching.